Contribution is immeasurable and their success is a national priority. Meanwhile, women in the country have been encouraged to venture into economic activities to sustain their livelihoods. Director of Malawi Union Conference for Women's Ministries of the Seventh-day Adventist in Malawi, Linda Kasambara, made the remarks in Zomba during prayers organized by the women in the church. Charles Bensula reports.
As part of World Women's Day of Prayer, women from the Seventh-day Adventist in the Eastern region organized women prayers at Gincana Club in Zomba. The women were drawn from Blantyre, Chiradzulu, Zomba, Balaka, Machinga and Mangochi. During the event, Kasambara said women and children are the most affected when it comes to economic challenges, hence the need for the women to venture into economic activities. She also said faithful women need to be self-reliant. Director of the Seventh-day Adventist Women Conference in the Eastern region, Catherine Chipatala, said the meeting has assisted them both physically and spiritually.
Indeed, this meeting, we really needed to have it because as women, we are challenged in several cases, be it in families, at work, or even wherever people do their business. There are many challenges. So sometimes we are about to break down if we don't have somebody to encourage us. Therefore, this meeting was very essential for us because being an international day for women prayers, we felt we should come together, talk to one another, encourage one another, so that we live a prayerful life.
And the sponsor for the women ministries, Ernest Kaonga, who is also proprietor for Maranatha Academy, encouraged the women to utilize what they discussed during the engagement for their own benefit.
Women are supposed to be self-reliant. You know, it's a woman who is going to be with kids at home. Men, sometimes they will just dump the women. When they are a little self-reliant, they will not complain of anything. They will just be carrying on with their lives, and they will be taking care of their children. But when she doesn't have anything, it becomes a big problem. And at the same time, when a woman is self-reliant, the man will be respecting her. And he'll be saying, let me ask my wife, let me talk to my wife.
The Women's World Day of Prayer is conducted on the first Friday of March every year. And the event in Zomba was being held under the theme, A Woman, Faith and Prayer. Charles Bensulo, MPC News, Zomba.
The Parliamentary Committee on Lands, Transport and Public Infrastructure has expressed dissatisfaction with Motor NGO Construction Company over delays in the rehabilitation of part of the M1 road from Kasungu to Jenda. The committee's chairperson, Masana Lindani, made the remarks in Kasungu, where the committee inspected progress of the M1 road project from Kamuzu International Airport Junction to Mpasadzi Bridge in Kasungu. Mandalito Mhango reports.
After inspecting the M1 road from Kamuzu International Airport Junction to Mpasadzi Bridge, chairperson for the Parliamentary Committee on Lands, Transport and Public Infrastructure, Tumisani Lindani, said the committee noted slow progress on the Kasungu-Jenda stretch. He said the Motor Angel Construction Company has only completed 42% of the work compared to other contractors who are currently at 77% completion, despite the fact that all contractors started the project at the same time. Lindani added that the concerns raised by Motor Angel, such as delays in procurement of construction materials and late payments, are not satisfactory. He said the company must ensure procurement processes are done on time to speed up the construction works.
Malawians are paying a lot of taxes for such projects. So what we expect is they should be seeing value for money in all these projects. In this case, I would say, where I'm saying we're disappointed is it's not making sense. Mind you, when these projects are prolonging like this, there will be additional interest in most cases. There will be a lot of idle time which will be paid for by the government, in this case by Lord's Authority, who is an agent of government. These monies should have been channeled for a real cause, not we shouldn't be paying unnecessary interest. We shouldn't be paying for idle time. It doesn't make sense.
Roads Authority Chief Executive Officer Engineer Amio Champiri said the authority will ensure that all outstanding payments to contractors are made on time to allow the work to progress smoothly.
We have been liaising with the Minister of Finance, RFA, Reserve Bank, to ensure that these payments are done as quickly as possible for the work to be completed. So far, the payments have started being done, and we soon should have all the outstanding payments made as promised by government.
Motor Angel Construction Company commenced construction of the 85.5 kilometer M1 road from Kasungu to Jenda on 29 June 2022 and is expected to complete the project on 28 July 2026. However, the company has so far covered 35 kilometers and constructed 2 bridges out of the expected 5. Madalito Muhango, MBC News, Kasungu.
Parliament's Social and Community Affairs Committee says it will lobby for increased funding towards early childhood development and protection in the 2026-2027 national budget. This came out during a child-led engagement with the committee organized by the Malawi Economic Justice Network in Lilongwe, which aims to represent the voices of children in the national budget process. Mpatso Mataya has compiled this report read in our studios by Patrick Dambola.
Addressing the children during the engagement in Lilongwe, Committee Chairperson Saveo Kafuafwa said the allocated 300 million kwacha for the sector is insufficient. He noted that while the government has performed well in funding primary and secondary education, including the removal of examination fees, children under the age of 6 have been neglected. He pointed out that the sector requires almost 90 billion kwacha to cater for its responsibilities.
Indeed, when you are looking at the budget, our greatest worry, which I should highlight today, is the money that is going towards what we normally call the early childhood development, or the nursery schools in courts, but in Malawi they are popularly known as Mela Mpoyamba. So this sector has seen a reduction. They had 1.3 billion in the last budget. Now they have the department has been given 300 million. This is a greatest worry, where we thought this sector needs about 90 billion for it to work perfectly, and that also helps in terms of child protection. So when we look at the whole budget, the secondary we have done very well, the primary the government has done very well.
Representing the children at the meeting, Hatim Hassan stressed the importance of such gatherings, saying they allow children to analyze issues and present their own perspectives for their betterment. He added that this year the main concern is child protection.
Actually, the interaction between us and the members of the parliament is the most important thing, just because we had the opportunity to interact, to tell them, especially in the sectors whereby you're having low funds, like in the child protection sectors.
The organizer of the event said the initiative aims to bring children closer to government. The goal is to ensure that children's voices are included in budget commitments, particularly regarding social protection programs championed by the government.
So we're doing this project with the aim of appreciating how social protection or child rights protection interventions are being championed by government. So we analyze the budget, them analyzing together with the guidance of the civil society network or the consortium members to engage parliamentarians, so that parliamentarians should appreciate and hear themselves what children need to be considered of in terms of budget commitments, particularly the financial commitments for this fiscal year.
The committee has pledged to take the children's concerns to the Minister of Finance as the budget review process continues to ensure that the voices of the children in the country are fully represented.
Beautify Malawi Beam Trust has urged people in the country to support the underprivileged in society. Trustee for Beam, Dingiswayo Jerry, made the call at Mwenyekondo in Area 36 in Lilongwe, where the trust donated food items to vulnerable people in the area. Mwainto Monzi reports.
Speaking during the food distribution exercise, Trustee for Beautify Malawi Beam Trust, Dingiswayo Jerry, also encouraged people to practice good hygiene in order to prevent disasters that arise due to poor sanitation.
Let us emphasize and let us prioritize that each and every household should really take care of their surrounding. And then if people take care of their surrounding together in an area, it means the area will be good. And then together, if we combine those areas, then the country will be good. So we need to improve up in terms of hygiene and sanitation. That will help to prevent the waterborne diseases and mainly those illnesses that come in because of unhygienic situations.
On his part, Member of Parliament for Lilongwe City Mbuka, Lincoln Luonde, commended Beam Trust for supporting vulnerable people and for encouraging communities to observe good hygiene practices.
Anything that saves life in terms of public health, I'm in for it. And I salute the First Lady for promoting public health, especially in our area, Pwetekere, Kaondo, Kasemba. So promotion of sanitation is a subject that I'm in for it. I am there to support the initiative.
A total of 500 people received food items which included maize flour, salt and soya pieces. Maim Tumodzi, MBC, Lilongwe.
This is MBC News, a reminder of our top stories. President Mutharika underscores the role of women in national development in his International Women's Day message. Reserve Bank of Malawi expects interest rates to go down in commercial banks following the drop in policy rate. And Blantyre City Council plans to renovate some sports facilities across the country to, among others, improve performance of sports clubs. In business news, the Reserve Bank of Malawi, RBM Governor George Partridge, says he expects interest rates to go down in commercial banks following the drop in policy rate to 24% from 26%. The governor said this in Blantyre during a farewell from Old Mutual Life Assurance Company, where he was a board member prior to his appointment as central bank governor. Partridge said while the interest rates differ from bank to bank and depending on who is borrowing, the expectation is that they will ease. He explains.
Well, we have modestly reduced or cautiously reduced interest rates, and we think that the commercial banks are also going to follow suit because that is really the reference rate or the policy rate. So in the next few days, we are expecting reactions from commercial banks. Yeah, the equation is on both sides. The major problem at the moment is actually the supply side. It's not the demand management. The demand we can do. We can do with monetary policy. We can do with other things, other tools. But the major issue is now, how do we stimulate supply? And part of the issue of stimulating the supply side is actually the policy rate issue. Of course, it has to go with other measures as well, so that the policy rate is also a credible rate and it doesn't go below the inflation rate. Because if it does, then the whole macroeconomic environment is also distorted.
The Ministry of Agriculture has urged tobacco farmers in the country to use proper farming methods to achieve high yields and quality tobacco. Deputy Minister of Agriculture Toko Tembo made the remarks in Dedza during a field day organized by the Agriculture Research and Extension Trust. Margaret Mapando has the details.
Deputy Minister of Agriculture Toko Tembo says farmers should strive to use correct farming methods so that buyers do not complain about standards and can offer them fair prices on the market. Tembo says tobacco remains crucial for Malawi's foreign exchange earnings, socio-economic well-being and food security, hence the need to maintain high-quality standards. The Deputy Minister also warned farmers against employing children, saying issues of child labor remains a concern in many farming activities, not only in the tobacco sector.
Child labor has always been a very big problem in tobacco farming. Luckily, we are tackling it and we've seen some improvement, but I also had to mention it today to make sure that our farmers do not send their children to the farms instead of sending them to school. The youth are the future leaders, and we're relying on them to lead this country in the future. So if they are not in school, and are stuck in the farms, then that is a very bad thing for the country.
The Chief Executive Officer for the Agricultural Research and Extension Trust, ARET, Abat Changaya, says the field day aimed to help farmers choose the right seed variety suitable for their areas, considering factors such as soil type and weather conditions. He says this can help farmers increase yields and produce quality tobacco.
We are trying to demonstrate that if you dry plant your tobacco, you water plant, the plants grow faster and they escape a lot of pests and diseases. As a result, by the time that the pests come in, the plant will have attained the number of leaves and potential yield that you can get.
One of the farmers in the area, Desderio Sesani, says there is a need for farmers in the country to follow advice given by extension workers, as this helps improve harvests.
Ever since I started to get advice from extension workers, I have benefited a lot. For example, I have donkeys that I bought using the money I made from tobacco farming, as this is my only source of income. Adding to that, I also bought a piece of land.
The field day was held under the theme, Crop Diversification, Key to Sustainable and Profitable Tobacco Production. Margaret Mabando, MBC News, Dedza.
In a related development, Lilongwe District Council has urged tobacco farmers to take a leading role in tree planting to sustain tobacco farming in the country. Director of Economic Planning and Development for Lilongwe District Council, Willard Chirwa, made the remarks during a tree planting exercise organized by the Tobacco Commission in the area of Traditional Authority Kabudula in Lilongwe. Olive Piri reports.
Following the launch of the 2025-2026 Tobacco Industry Afforestation Initiative last month in Inchau District, the Tobacco Commission and other stakeholders in the tobacco industry are continuing to plant trees in various tobacco growing areas across the country. Speaking during the tree planting exercise, Director of Economic Planning and Development for Lilongwe District Council, Willard Chirwa, who represented the Lilongwe District Commissioner, said tobacco farming depends on trees and it is therefore important for farmers to plant more trees.
You cannot talk of tobacco production minus trees and minus forests. They go hand in hand. So the idea is that let us be planting more and more trees so that the tobacco industry should continue to strive.
Director of Finance for the Tobacco Commission, Chimwemwe Luhanga, says planting trees is a key requirement in the tobacco production. Luhanga has also called upon various stakeholders in the country to take part in tree planting to promote sustainable tobacco production.
We are encouraging tobacco growers and all stakeholders to participate in the planting of trees, taking care of them and making sure that they survive and become useful in the tobacco production value chain.
Traditional Authority Kabudula has commended the Tobacco Commission for the tree planting initiative in his area, saying it will also help restore the environment. The Tobacco Commission and other stakeholders in the tobacco industry plan to plant 43,000 trees across tobacco growing areas on 20 hectares of land. Olive Piri, MBC News, Lilongwe.
Finally, in sports, Blantyre City Council says it is planning to renovate some sports facilities across the country to improve performance of sports clubs. The city's Deputy Mayor Gerard Lipikwe disclosed this during a red carpet gala award for the Southern Region Premier League champions, Chilobo United. Currently, the council has no modern sports facility. Lipikwe explains.
That is very true because even at the council here, we had the platform whereby we were discussing about this issue because it is indeed true that in our city we don't have football grounds so that some clubs can be utilizing them. We have earmarked some grounds which are idle, like the one which is in Aberi and also the one which is at Kwacha. And we are trying to do something so that at least in the city we can have the grounds. We are also we know, I mean for sure, that here in Blantyre, the only stadium that we have is Gambo Stadium. That's the big stadium which can host international matches. We know that government is in pipeline, is also thinking about that. so that at least in the near future we can have a better stadium. But we as a council, we are not just sitting down, but we are making some plans so that at least in the city we can have some better football ground.
Well, that item concludes this edition of MPC News. A reminder of our top stories before we leave. President Mutharika underscores the role of women in national development in his International Women's Day message. Reserve Bank of Malawi expects interest rates to go down in commercial banks following the drop in policy rate. And Blantyre City Council plans to renovate some sports facilities across the country to, among others, improve performance of sports clubs. Keep up to date with our news coverage on our digital pages by scanning the QR code at the top right corner of your TV screen. You are with me, Opile Kaisa. Thanks for watching. Good afternoon.
Sabara ino mu program ya Woman Talk.
Ichikhalidwe cholanda malo kwa ana makolo wawo akamwalira kaminda kandi pa ploti chifukwa choti akuti ndiyana oberekedwa. Kodi chikhalidwe chimene chichi chikuchitikabe?
Kudala kwathu kuno ma victim ndambiri ndithu Nkhani imeneyi.
Ife akuchimuna tilibe pogawo lodziwa mwana kumene adachokera. Ama mudziwa mwana ndiyeyo make
koma ena alipobe akapiti kuonera kupanga beziti akupanga zimene zozo.
Zimenezi zopangitsa kuti wanthu ozikhala kwambiri ndi mtima onena kuti akafa m'bale wangayo nkalanda katundu.
Nde anawo amene abadwawo situdziwa kuti mkazi analinga kuti.
Zinthu zoti udachita kale nde ukayambire sowani chimakhala chinthu chopweteka ndipo chimakhala chinthu chokuti umakanika kuyiwala komanso akuchimuna kuti wakhululukire zimavuta.
The Sting Mbola mmene muli nkhani zenizeni nkhani zokutino muzitsate bwinobwino.
Nkhani ngandonena kuti khandi kupanga chibwezi mnyamata ipo zakafolo ndeti napita maloneke kuti tikatani kuti tikachezi.
Mimi ndilo panga chibwezi sinapita kukaitesa magazi.
Ngokonzeka kuti mwana wa malizati amagaza.
Malizati temana nabwera nakhangalira nani ankomera iyeyo. Ine sisinayendi.
Eni yake kuzifotokoza kusanthula komanso kuthula nkhawa zawo. Ndizikupatsirani program imeneyi ndine mkhozi komanso mulutsi Andrea. Don't miss kuyambira April imwe.
Snake. Feel like kamba saiwe atoka ndikuso wantendele maka ukachoka saiwe ya jeda saiwe ya moka kusifusa ntima umwina nditsoka kukonda ntima wanga dele upeteka kakala nane batali Wantima wakupeteka ndipo tuliweka right now nafuna kukonda iwe kukonda nafuna kuona iwe kuona nafuna kukonda iwe kukonda nafuna kuona iwe kuona yeah. I feel like kukonda iwe kukonda oh I feel like kukonda iwe kukonda hey ndaisela kuponda ponda until when I sati wakoma baby girl niwe number one yeah Heta ina sasi wakantu mapili wa omunda kwela. Baby, you are the reason that I breathe, yeah. Oh. Tima wanga daily preteka kakala nane